What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. This is Jay from the Crypto channel, and in this video, I'm just going to be giving you a basic update on the market as well as an update on Ledger, the hard wallet. But before I get started, I just want to say that nothing I say in the video is financial advice. It's financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so please, everyone, do your own research on top of mine. All right, so now let's get to the actual articles. All right, so here we have billionaire Tim Draper is just bullish that Bitcoin is still bullish that Bitcoin will reach 250,000 by the end of 2022. Tim Draper is also one of those big venture capitalists out there, for those that don't know. Now, my opinion on this, of it reaching 250,000 by the end of 2022, I'm hopeful in that idea, but personally, I've been doing some digging and social media and other places as well from known TAs or technical analysts, and a lot of them are saying that 100 to 200,000 is reachable by the end of 2021, according to Bitcoin's bull run cycles, and they're also saying that this current cycle of the bull run will end around 2021, but we don't know what's going to happen with all these regulations being set up, as well as the idea of cryptocurrency is actually moving forward much faster than we thought because of the pandemic. So there is still a chance for this to occur by the end of next year. And to be honest, I would want that to happen as well, because from my understanding of how the Bitcoin bull runs start, is that it usually revolves around its halving, and then it starts rallying up, and where Bitcoin goes, the rest of the crypto market just follows. It's all done because of algorithms. It's not a bunch of humans trying to control this, even though the Fed is just feeding that bot. It's mainly a bunch of bots handling all the trading for them. Just keep that in mind. And of course, do your own research so that way you can see the truth for yourself. And let's see here. So yeah, he's either going to be really right or really wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it's going in that direction according to him. So you know what? Let's hope he is right and that I am wrong about 2021 being the end of this cycle. Alright, so here we have hardware wallet Ledger integrating DeFi for enhanced liquidity. Paraswap is the DEX or decentralized exchange that they're partnering with, and they allow Ledger users to simply price discover via DEX aggregation. So decentralized exchanges might be the future of digital assets, but some have a steep learning curve, and that is definitely true, especially for someone like me. I'm a millennial. People like me or around my age usually have an easier time of using these decentralized exchanges. Now, I'm not saying I had super hard time. I definitely did have to learn some things in order for me to comfortably use it. Now, for other regular Joes and Janes, they might not be able to understand it right away, and because of that, it might, deter them from wanting to use it. Now, that's the reason why apps like Coinbase is so popular, because it's so easy for the masses to use. Even if you don't have any experience with tech, you can basically navigate through that app easily without any technical. Well, there will be some technical issues because there's always going to be those people, but compared to, let's say, using the Bitrue app or Qcoin app or even Binance's regular app, people are going to have a hard time navigating through that. Now, one thing to note about Binance is that they have Binance Lite. Binance Lite is basically like almost looking at Coinbase. Makes it easier for the users to basically use. And for any of these projects that want to get adopted by the masses, they're going to have to make it easier for the masses to use. Otherwise, you're going to have a slow and steady gain. Whereas if you make it easier for the masses, and if the masses love it, trust me, the banks will put their money on it. Because if there's a high demand of that certain coin that a certain exchange offers, then you know what's going to happen? Banks are naturally going to put their money in there because they see a lot of demand for it. And whenever a transaction is done, these exchanges, these bankers, they make money regardless if they sell or buy. So keep that in mind. Alright, so hardware wallet Ledger recently announced that users will soon be able to access DeFi markets directly through Ledger Live, its trading app through Paraswap. Ledger uses hardware wallets that allow users to store their digital assets directly onto a USB drive while securely controlling the keys. And that is definitely a good thing, guys, because you don't want anyone else to be controlling your keys. Like if you leave your money or your assets in the exchange, uh, you can still lose it. But of course, it's still recorded in the blockchain, but you're gonna have a hard time getting it back. So never have anyone have access to your keys, let alone your wallet. So this is in contrast to software wallets where the assets are stored on a computer or web-based wallets where they are stored on someone else's server. Now, let's say there's an EMP attack for some odd reason, or that the sun's solar flare just basically takes out the energy grid, because that's the type of narrative they're throwing out there. Let's say it does happen. That person's server gets wiped out temporarily. How are you going to access your digital assets then? Hmm? If you have a hard wallet, like let's say a Ledger USB, or it looks like a USB drive, I'll show you guys. You don't have to go through that whole hassle of waiting for someone's server to go back up again, so that way you have access to your digital assets. You can just plug it in, or not even plug it in, just turn it on. With a Nano X, it's Bluetooth, so you don't really need any of that connecting stuff. So yeah, that's another good side about having hard wallets. Now, while users have been able to trade their tokens stored on the ledger for some time thanks to the Ledger Live app, this has been only through centralized exchanges. The rise of decentralized exchanges, or DEX, like Balancer, Uniswap, 0x, SushiSwap, and Bancor, has the potential to disrupt the model. Personally, I've used Uniswap and this other swap called PancakeSwap. I know a lot of them use food. I guess that's just to make it more addicting for the masses to think of, makes them want to use it a little bit more. But anyways, they all pretty much work the same way, especially with Uniswap and PancakeSwap. Similar ideas. Even though the interface is different, it's still the same crap. So I can't imagine Paraswap to be any different. Could be something similar with a different interface. Now, I've used Ledger Live before, and what I love about it is that their interface is really easy to use. Okay, I'm not going to show you in this one because I got some balance in there. Actually, yeah, no, I'm not going to use it. But anyways, in the Ledger Live, you're actually allowed to swap as well as loan out your coins, which is definitely a good thing because now that allows you to earn passive income. And so yeah, so since that's in a centralized exchange, you can basically only do swaps if that coin is available in that exchange. The beauty about decentralized exchanges is that some of these exchanges are making bridges towards other liquidity providers. So that ensures basically for a user to acquire a certain coin at a certain price at a much better, more efficient manner. Whereas, let's say you're in one exchange, a centralized exchange. You know what? I'll use my experience as an example. I have some coins in Hotbit. Yes, they've been hacked recently, but the funds are safe. There's a coin in there that I like to trade quite a lot. Well, not quite a lot, but like every now and then, whenever there's a pump. And one of the issues I had is that right after a pump, I want to sell, but I can't find any buyers for it. So there's been a lot of times, or like probably like 2 to 3 good months, where I missed out on a trade or my trade didn't go through because there was no order for it. However, I recently found out that another centralized exchange by Laxi was offering it at the same time with more volume. So had I put my coin in Bilaxi instead of Hotbit, I would have been trading up and down all those different volatility. I could have multiplied my money by quite a lot. But you know what? I didn't know that back then. But you know what? This is the problem. If these centralized exchange are not sharing each other's, like say, order book or liquidity, then you know what? They're gonna have users like me who will have that experience of not being able to, play with the volatility as much because there's not as much liquidity being provided in that network. And you know what? Having Paraswap integrating with Ledger is definitely a good thing because now that gives Paraswap the ability to link to other liquidity providers, allowing Ledger Live users to have an easier time getting all these other tokens that they want in their portfolio. But please, guys, that is not financial advice. I really need you to look into Paraswap yourself as well as the idea of using a ledger. So that way you understand. Let's take a look at more about Paraswap. So Paraswap has been something of a DeFi investor darling recently, raising nearly $3 million from Alameda Research. Sam Bankman-Fried owns this. You have Blockchain Capital and CoinGecko. Those are pretty big companies right there. And you know what? If they do really well, which I do believe they will, because I don't think big companies like Ledger or Alameda Research would put their money towards something that is not so promising. So, according to DappRadar, Paraswap has nearly 10,000 active users in the last month and has processed approximately 4.14 billion in volume. That is huge, and they just got started. So imagine where they're going to be, let's say, at the end of the year, at the end of 2022. You can only imagine. All right, so on June 10, Ledger announced 380 million in Series C funding led by OT Holdings or Zero T Holdings, one of those. Other noteworthy investors include Cathay Innovation, Draper, Esprit, Draper Associates, Draper Dragon. Holy crap! This guy's everywhere. DCG. I wouldn't be surprised if that D stands for Draper. And Corellia Capital and Wickblow Capital. So this latest round brings the company to an implied valuation of 1.5 billion. Damn. Imagine what they're going to do with that money. Probably going to use it to improve their interface a little bit more, as well as other upgrades. That definitely is a good thing. Now, for those of you who do not have a hard wallet yet to store your digital assets, I highly recommend that you do get one as soon as possible and store all your hard work in one safe place or multiple places if you buy multiple ledger wallets like me. I myself have purchased multiple of them, and for those of you that want to get it, just take a look at my description below. I will have the first link as the ledger shop. So when you do go into the ledger shop, this is what you're going to see. Actually, wait, hold on. This. You will get an offer of the crypto starter pack where you get a $25 voucher as well as a free beginner's guide to master crypto basics. Now, for those of you that are just starting into crypto, I highly recommend this because you know what? It'll give you a much easier time figuring out the whole crypto space. Whereas if you're a beginner, trying to dive into it like I did, I basically went through all of YouTube, trying to understand every single thing all at once, never having like a complete guide for it. And you know what? I used up a lot of time. Now I don't regret it, but having a crypto beginner's guide would have definitely been beneficial to me, to my learning. But you know what? Some people like me just have to, go through the hard paths in order to understand. But I would not want any of you guys to go through that path. Not saying it wasn't beneficial, it definitely was. But you know what? You can have an easier time if you just buy it directly through my link. You get a $25 voucher and a crypto beginner's guide. And of course, you get the actual Ledger Nano S or Nano X, whichever one you want to purchase. Now, here's the difference between Ledger Nano X and S. Let me show you. So with the Ledger Nano S, if you are someone that has minimal amount of cryptos in their portfolio, then I highly suggest getting this one if you want to keep things simple. So up to 3 apps can be installed in this one given the space that it has. whereas the Ledger Nano X can have up to 100 apps installed, and of course Bluetooth connection as well. Uh, Personally, I have both of them. I like both of them. It really depends on how many coins you have in your portfolio. For those that really wanna just like maximize their research and like small amounts of crypto, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like you gotta understand yourself as an investor as well. Some people just love multiple industries, and that's how they want to invest. Some people just want to focus in on one, two, or even three. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as everyone is learning the new economy and keep their crypto safe, I think everything is good at doing that. You know? And yeah, that is all I have for this video, guys. If you did find this very informative towards cryptocurrency, as well as, you know, um, give you a bit of understanding how important it is to have a hard wallet, then please do comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about it. Also, press the share button to your friends and family. I'm sure they'd appreciate it if someone, gave them a guide on how to use, or gave them a guide on cryptocurrency in general. As well as, of course, press the like button and subscribe button. It does help the channel grow, and it helps you be notified of when I come up with videos like this. All right. And also, guys, if you want those money making crypto picks, you want to leverage my research, because I got a list of like 20 to 30 cryptos in my portfolio, all have which have gotten me profits, and this bull run is not done yet. So if you want that list, go through my Patreon, join, and you'll have access to it there, as well as VIP seats to other juicy news out there that most people do not find out about until like weeks or months later. But you know what? You have someone like me with over a years of experience in crypto guiding you, so that way you don't waste too much time in other areas. That is what I offer you. And anyways, thank you so much for listening. That is all I have for this video. You all have a nice day, and